Edition of the big tournament, live online across Nexstar Nation as we get you ready for two huge games today to complete this year's Final Four. I'm Audrey Hassan. Two teams already earning their spots in Minneapolis next weekend, just 2 spots left today. Here's the latest tournament news. Texas Tech reaching its first ever Final Four last night, and Virginia earning its first Final Four trip in 35 years. The highest seed remaining in the tournament is Auburn as a 5 seed. The Tigers have never made a Final Four, but will have the opportunity to do it today. And here's a look at our big board showing the path to Minneapolis. As usual, the national semifinals set for Saturday at US Bank Stadium. National championship game to follow a week from Monday. Doran Anderson joins us live from D.C. to talk about what's going on with Duke. So much talent there. They're winning, yet they're struggling. How does Duke explain their tougher than expected road?
Well, we're about to find out. Yes, greetings from D.C. It is game day. Top-seeded Duke, 1 win away from the Final Four. Of course, they do have a date with Michigan State. What an epic battle this figures to be. We're talking about 2 storied programs, 2 Hall of Fame coaches fighting for what will be the final ticket to Minneapolis. Blue Devils have owned this rivalry of late. Coach K, 11-1, all-time versus Tom, 11-1, I should say, all-time versus Tom Izzo and the Michigan State Spartans. He was quick to point out yesterday that all of that is ancient history, meaningless as we approach today's game. The big question, Cam Reddish, will he be able to play for Duke? He was out on Friday thanks to tendonitis in his knee. We had a chance to talk to him yesterday. He does remain hopeful, but at this point he is a game-time decision. Let's hear what Cam had to say.
I just wanted to be kind of close to 100%. I just wanted to feel good, really.
Where are you at right now, percentage-wise?
I don't know yet. I haven't ran anything yet today.
He's one of the best players in the country, so, to not have him playing, it definitely sucks. I want him to get healthy, but, we'll see what happens. If we have him, we're going to, be happy. If we don't, we're going to have to find a way.
Yeah, they will have to find a way. It's going to be tough sledding if Cam Reddish cannot go. Alex O'Connell will start in his place, as he did on Friday against Vatech. Either way, this figures to be an epic showdown, and we can't wait for it here tonight in D.C.
All right, Doran, I just have one more question for you. Duke's clearly ready for a test. What about the Michigan State attack concerns Duke the most?
Well, I think there are 2 problems. Number one, this is a basketball team that shoots very, very well from the outside. We saw that in their win over LSU on Friday night. The other thing that's problematic for Duke will be the front line, because Michigan State is loaded and the Blue Devils are really thin. Jack White, who's a guy who usually comes off the bench, has been dealing with a hamstring injury. So we're talking about a front line consisting of Javin DeLaurier and Marquise Bolden, 2 guys who are foul prone. If those 2 guys get in foul trouble, I think it's going to be tough for this Duke basketball team to win. Now, for them offensively, Duke has struggled all season from the outside. They were able to knock down some 3-point shots on Friday night versus VTech. If they are able to do so, I think they have a very good chance to win this basketball game. But, hey, like I said, 2 storied programs, 2 Hall of Fame coaches. I don't know that we could ask for anything more in the Elite 8. 1 spot, only one of these teams advancing to Minneapolis. I hope this game lives up to the hype, and I believe it'll be a good one.
It certainly will, Doran, and you've got a front seat for it. Doran Anderson, live at Capital One Arena. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, the other sideline, Michigan State trying to get to the 10th Final Four in school history, their first since 2015, but it's a major test in the way. We're heading back to D.C. now to talk with Audrey Doran, who covers Michigan State. Audrey, Tom Izzo versus Coach K. Their teams have squared off 13 times. Michigan State's won 1 time. Honestly, it's hard for everyone to beat Duke. How do the Spartans describe their chances today?
Hi, Audrey. Yes, welcome to Washington, D.C. Michigan State really likes their chances, and the big reason for that is because the Spartans feel like they're playing their best basketball right now this year. And it doesn't matter, records are going out the window for Michigan State. They know Coach K is 11-1 versus Tom Izzo, and they hope that they can make their coach 11-2. Aaron Henry, he told me that yesterday after practice. But they feel confident in their game because everybody is playing their best basketball, role specifically on any given night. It doesn't matter. Anybody can come to the table, like a Matt McQuaid. He's very tough from outside. He knows how to shoot, from the three-point range. Also, you have inside presence with Xavier Tillman, and then on top of that, you have Cassius Winston, obviously. So Michigan State's pretty tough to defend because on any given night, you're not really quite sure what player's going to step up and rise to the occasion. What's the best way to defend Duke?
Wow, that is a tough question. Well, I think the best way to defend Duke is not to throw them the ball, turnovers. And then the other part is where Duke's really, really good, aside when they have the ball, is when the ball goes up in the air, when they shoot. And so you got to keep them off the glass. That's one thing they've done a great job. The other part is when we turn it over, they usually score, and that's something that we focused on, and we focused on coming into the weekend because LSU is very similar in that aspect.
Watching Zion, what makes him so dominant, or what will give you guys the most trouble?
He's an incredible athlete, but I think he does a great, considering he plays about 40 minutes a game, he does a great job of pacing himself in a good way, and so there'll be bursts of energy, bursts of athleticism that will come out of nowhere. He's really done a nice job this year of maintaining an energy level considering how many minutes he's had to play.
Okay, so that was MSU's associate head coach Dane Fife talking about Duke and the best way to defend them. And honestly, for Michigan State, if they want to win this basketball game, they're going to have to limit turnovers. It's something that they've struggled with all season long, and you do not want to turn the ball over against a team like Duke, and obviously with a player, one of the top player in the country in college basketball, one of them in Zion Williamson. It's going to be really hard too for Michigan State to defend Zion just because of what Fife was saying there about how electric he can be, and he has those bursts of energy when it comes through. But if Michigan State can, and I would expect Michigan State too to kind of have a similar game plan like they had against LSU and Naz Reid, not just one person is going to be defending Zion Williamson. They'll rotate with Kenny Goins as well as Nick Ward and Xavier Tillman.
All right, Audrey, thank you. They've got a tough test ahead of them. Great job out there, especially tonight. You'll see that game up close. Thanks for joining us. We'll get back to KC in a moment. The first 4 spots in the Final Four was awarded last night in Anaheim, where Texas Tech met the top seed Gonzaga. And after making a run to the Elite Eight last year, the Red Raiders would not be denied. Our David Collier reports.
Good evening once again from Anaheim, California, where the Red Raiders cutting down the nets after cutting down the top seed in the West, the Gonzaga Bulldogs. The top offense in the country held 19 points below their season average. Finding out, like everyone else at this point, that the Red Raider defense is for real, and that Red Raider defense is now headed to Minneapolis.
Nobody thought we'd win the Big 12. Nobody thought we'd be here right now. We got that chip on our shoulder for a reason. Gonzaga's a really, really good offensive team.
We had difficulty inside just with their strength and athleticism, but our guys responded in the second half. We challenged them, and they came out and played really well, and thank goodness we shot the ball better second half, and guys just fought. They just fought. That's all I can say. We call ourselves street dogs. That's what we were.
How about the street dogs to the Final Four? How about that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Facts.
In this tournament, we just set ourselves up where we wanted to win one game at a time and try to play a little bit better each game. And I think that's true without watching the tape yet. I think we just played our best game in the tournament tonight against Gonzaga.
I think back to a year ago, almost exactly, down in TD Ameritrade after we got beat by Villanova, and the game wasn't over 10 minutes. And he walked up behind me in a hallway like this, and he said, "Don't think for a second this is going to define who we are as a program or where we're going." And look at us 1 year later.
Not long ago, this Texas Tech basketball program won one conference game back in the 11-12 season. They are now 1 win away from playing for a national title in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Final Four gets underway on Saturday against either Michigan State or Duke. In Anaheim at the NCAA tournament, I'm David Collier.
David. Well, it's Kentucky versus Auburn, the other big game tonight, guaranteeing a spot for the SEC in the Final Four next week. Simone Elie covers the Tigers. She joins us live now from Kansas City. Auburn will play without Chuma Okeke after he suffered that awful knee injury Friday night. How does his absence affect Auburn's plan of attack?
Well, when you think about on-the-court presence, it's going to be hard to replace what Chuma Okeke brings to the table for this Auburn team. Not only is he a fantastic rebounder, he's fantastic on the defensive end, but he also puts up a ton of points. When he went out of that game against North Carolina, he already had 20 and 11. That was midway through the second half. Again, it's going to be hard to replace what he can do on the floor. But here's the thing. These guys are very motivated to do it for Chuma. Never underestimate the heart of a guy playing for his family, and that's how they look at this. He is one of their brothers. They want to get it done for Chuma Okeke. So I see this team being very, very motivated by what they can do to obviously support Chuma, who can no longer play for the rest of the season, out with an ACL tear. He could have been a first-round draft pick. Very unfortunate, but I see these guys coming out very motivated, Audrey.
All right, Simone. Auburn's recent hot shooting continued against North Carolina when they made 17 three-pointers, but it's a team which has been shooting a bunch of threes all year. Any reason to think that would change today?
I don't think it's going to. They shot 67% from the three couple nights ago against North Carolina, and that was only in the second half. They were fantastic, and they haven't been good just in the NCAA tournament. It's been ever since that 30-point loss to Kentucky a few weeks ago that Auburn has really turned things around. They've gone on an 11-game winning streak. They won the SEC tournament. Of course, they're now here in the Elite Eight, and it's been a lot in part because of that fantastic three-point shooting. I don't see that dying down. They're hot as ever. I think it's going to continue tonight.
All right, Simone, and a 5 seed has not advanced to the Final Four since 2010. Coach Bruce Pearl's been around a long time, but he's never coached in a Final Four. What's your sense of his excitement heading into the game?
I think Bruce Pearl is excited for his team. He's excited for Auburn University. But I think this guy, like you said, he's been around for a very long time. His first time potentially going to a Final Four. But he said the other day, this is why we're here. We're here to advance. We're here to win a national championship or at least compete for one. So he's not getting too overly excited, too hyped. These guys feel like they belong.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Thanks, Simone. Elie reporting on the Auburn Tigers in Kansas City. So since you're watching us online today, this is a great time to tell you there's so much more available to you on the Sports tab. Just click on the big tournament. You'll get to access so much exclusive content, interviews with the Elite 8 teams, plus inside stories and analysis of the big tournament. Just click on the Sports tab at the top of the page to get even more great coverage from across the nation. Well, we're going to go back to Kansas City for the other half of that Midwest Regional Final. Kentucky, the winningest program in NCAA history, trying to get to the 18th Final Four in school history. Jessica Wimsett will be there to see it. Kentucky has come a long way from their blowout loss to Duke to start the season. What has this week been like for the Wildcats, Jessica?
Yeah, Audrey, I don't think that anyone watching that blowout loss to Duke to start the season thought that Kentucky would be at the point that they are right now. Their 7th Elite 8 in 10 seasons. That is something that no other school has ever done, and you can feel it in the locker room. We've had some karaoke, we've had some dancing, and the Cats just feel very, very confident heading into this game today, and that is even catching on to their coach. Yesterday, John Calipari said that this team has in fact added years on to his life, and that is something that you normally do not hear Coach Cal say. So they are just very ready and excited for what could potentially happen here today.
And Jessica, Auburn continues to bomb away from three-point range, but Kentucky has withstood that attack twice earlier this season. Does having Auburn's number twice already this season make a difference today?
Yeah, Audrey, I asked a lot of the players that yesterday, and they told me that, you know, those 2 losses that they already had Auburn's number on don't really matter coming into this game. We've all seen what Auburn has been doing over the past few weeks, especially since their last loss, which, oh yeah, that was to the Cats, and it was about a 27-point blowout. So they know this Auburn team is motivated, and they are not underestimating them at all.
They're very dangerous. We knew that from the first time that we played them. Leads can just evaporate with the way that they shoot the three-point ball. And I think it's tough just both ways. There's a lot of film on each other. You've kind of seen everything that you can do as far as X's and O's, but I think it just falls back to how hard are you going to play and the effort you're going to put in. It just really comes down to execution and just trying to play harder than the other team.
I mean, they're hot right now. They're shooting the ball like no other team in the nation. You know, they're a really good team, and that we don't come out focused and ready to go there, they could beat us. And I mean, we just know we got to come locked in and just execute and do what we do.
So, Audrey, you just heard there, they know that Auburn is one of the hottest three-point shooting teams in the tournament. Kentucky, on the flip side, is in fact one of the worst, but I do want to throw a stat at you really quickly. John Calipari hasn't been known for very good free throw shooting teams, but this Kentucky team, one of the best under Coach Cal. Now, the reason I'm telling you that is because the last time I checked, Audrey, this team was pretty darn good at driving to the basket and getting fouled, and those old-fashioned three-point plays count for just as many points as those daggers behind the arc that Auburn is bound to hit today.
All right, Jessica, and I have one more question for you. P.J. Washington played with his injured foot on Friday, scored 16 points in the win over Houston. How many minutes do they hope to get out of him today?
Yeah, Audrey, well, I can tell you going into that game against Houston, Washington was not supposed to play as many minutes as he ended up playing in that game. But after the game, you know, he said once he got in there, the adrenaline was pumping. He said he didn't even feel the pain in his foot until after that final buzzer sounded. And so I would be shocked if Washington did not play significant minutes again here today. And he also said yesterday there is a chance he may even start in this game. So, you know, this is why he came back to Kentucky for a sophomore season. So again, I would be very surprised not to see him out on the court for a lot of the game today.
All right, thank you, Jessica Wimsatt, joining us live from the Midwest Regional. You're watching the big tournament. Well, the best game of the tournament unfolded last night in the South Region Final as Virginia outlasted Purdue in the incredible scoring night from Carson Edwards. The Cavaliers winning in overtime, earning their first berth in the Final Four since 1984. Edwards scored 42, his second 40-plus point effort in 4 games in the tournament, but it was not enough. Tony Bennett and Virginia send the ACC to Minneapolis.
And I was at peace, but there was a burning desire to get these guys and our program to a Final Four and hopefully beyond. So it's the moments are good.
You know, you think of all the guys that came before us and just the teams that were so close and, you know, showed you just how difficult it is to get to the Final Four, and how many times Coach Bennett's been a 1 seed or a 2 seed and has so much regular season success, and to be the team that gets him to the Final Four, I think that's what means the most, because, you know, he's believed in every single one of us. He has our best interest at heart on and off the court, and he's a great person, and to finally quiet the critics feels great.
They certainly quieted the critics. Well, Purdue showed so much heart last night. That even trickles down to the Boilermakers radio play-by-play announcer. Larry Clisby's endured a fierce battle against cancer, but as our Charlie Clifford reports, he's matching the spirit of the school he loves.
Larry Clisby made it. 6 months ago, the voice of the Boilers for nearly 4 decades declared himself a dead man walking. At 71, a grim diagnosis, and then another, brain cancer and stage 4 lung cancer.
First thing I said, my fiance and I, when we found out that I had metastasized brain cancer, was, you know, we cried a little bit at first, and then I said, you know, we don't have a lot of choices here.
Larry channeled his old Army days, showed up to the fight. Matt Painter, the quote, gregarious young fellow Larry sits next to on the team bus, showed up too. $10,000 towards medical costs, and then something priceless. Purdue basketball basketball in March.
And the Boilermakers have won their 24th Big Ten championship. Man, this is great. Really great. And great for me.
After the year you've had,
yes, sir,
you deserve another ring, partner.
Thank you.
You're about to get one.
Well, I'm glad to see it. You know, when this all began in June, heck, I didn't know if I was going to make it to September, you know, but I did, and probably just in the last month if I felt that I'm okay. I walk kind of slow and stuff, but even those are getting better.
You look back on this season, how do you begin to put it into words from your seat?
Well, it's, you know, I don't think all that much about it, but quite a journey for me and the team and the players and the managers and the coaches and the administrators. I mean, the whole group of them have been just incredibly helpful to me.
Purdue, Painter, Carson, and the Cliz. There is magic this March.
Either you fight it or you don't. And so we fought it right from the beginning, and I think we made the right choice.
Charlie Clifford, Wish TV News 8.
Such a special story there. Well, the NCAA tournament not only brings pressure for the student athletes as they try and survive and advance, their parents perhaps feel more nervous as they try and manage their time and travel around supporting their sons in the big games. I met up with the parents of UNC's Sterling Manley and Michigan State's Nick Ward to get their perspective on the big dance.
Because we think it's important for them when they look in the stands to make sure they see mom or dad.
And for that reason, Jeff and Stephanie Ward spend much of their time traveling to attend all three of their sons' basketball games.
We really, really try to cherish this time. That's why we make the trips. That's why we are tired sometimes when we're starting our work week, but it's all worth it.
Basketball runs in the Ward family genes. Nick's dad, Jeff, played professionally overseas for 7 years.
My sons always ask me, Dad, how'd I play? How'd I play? And I give them honest feedback. And the thing is, you have to know what type of game it was, because you got to know how to structure your feedback.
And even though his son is now one of the best players in the Big Ten Conference, Jeff cherishes their special bond over basketball.
It's father-son first, and then we talk to each other about basketball and about life all the time. So that's the relationship we had with him, and I love it.
When Nick was just 6 years old, Stephanie knew basketball would be a major part of his future when she saw his passion for the game.
He also wrote a note when he was little and told my mom, his Nana, what he was going to do for her once he went to the NBA. And he was little, and he said who he was going to play for in college.
Now in his junior year at Michigan State, Nick's battled injuries this season, so his parents have helped him through the adversity.
He wants everything he wants it back right now. And that's the difficult part, saying there's stages you have to do to get back to where you were playing at, and he's getting there. So my job is, like I say, is to give him confidence.
And both his parents feel the nerves of supporting him on college basketball's largest stage, the NCAA tournament.
That is, it's almost like we're playing sometimes. It's almost like we're playing sometimes. We get so nervous. So everything the team does well, we're exhilarated, and then when we make a mistake, and then sometimes I really know basketball, so I know sometimes when mistakes are made and that people don't really see, or they don't focus on.
But win or lose, the Ward family keeps a higher outlook on life.
It's always been God, family, and basketball.
Sterling received 26 different offers to play college basketball, but Kim and Eric Manley say they could tell a difference in their son after their visit to Chapel Hill.
He came to our room and he said, without a shadow of a doubt, he says, I know I want to be at North Carolina. And I was like, are you sure? I'm like, but it's so far, are you sure? And he was like, yes, Mom, this is where I want to be.
During his freshman year, the Manleys made the 8-hour drive to UNC often to attend Sterling's games.
We were just so excited, and just like a kid in a candy store, you get the little fuzzies in your stomach, and you're just like, oh my gosh, we're here.
And even though he's battled a knee injury during his sophomore season this year, the Manleys try and make as many games as possible.
Any sport that your son or daughter is playing, even if they're sitting on the bench, you just want to be there to support them, because what it does is it shows them when they have a family on how to do the same thing, whether they're playing and it's a team thing.
North Carolina won both of its first-round tournament games here in Columbus at Nationwide Arena, and the Manleys felt the backing from their hometown.
Being a Columbus kid, it means a lot. I mean, there's a lot of great players that came out of there, and I'm just blessed to try to follow in that lineage and follow the journey that they took and to be great players and stuff like that. But no, they definitely show love.
We had great support from Pickerington. I mean, you know, the phone was blown up. Yeah. Everybody was wanting tickets here, but we tried to get as many tickets as we could, and it was just a blessing to having that support.
Sterling has battled injuries since high school, but he feels fortunate his family has helped him fight through the adversity.
I believe, and my family believes, everything happens for a reason, and just knowing that it's going to happen for a reason, and it gave me time to work on other things and work on my mental game. I just realized that how much the game means to me and how much I love the game, and then their passion behind me just pushed me to be better, and just knowing that better days will come.
The parents support their student athletes so much. Well, that's a wrap on the Big Ten tournament for this Sunday. By evening, the Final Four will be set. Then the nation's attention will shift to Minneapolis next week. Thanks for joining us online across Next Star Nation. Enjoy the tournament.